O sira kia korua whai wā te kōrero kia i tēnei o nā rā i te wā ka whakariri mātu i tō tātou nei wiki o te reo Māori no reira kia koe e Stan kia koe hoki e Nico nei ranga mihi atu kia korua ne. Tēnā me kōrero mātou e ho Stan, roa te wā, tuatahi ake, roa te wā ka kōrero tāua i a tāua. And, you know, ka hoki te mahara ki a koe anō hoki te wā ka kaha ki te māua i a māua, tāua i a tāua. You know, I think back to a time where we used to see probably a lot more of each other. And I remember you, that was you, ko te kōrero. What's the Māori word for this? What's the Māori word for that? Hea te kupu Māori mō tēnei, hea te kupu Māori mō tēnei. And it's cool to see, bro, the journey that has been, I suppose your real Māori journey, I suppose, in a sense, you know, in a time where probably the thought of releasing Waiata Māori was just a thought, ne? Where now it's a reality. And that's so cool to see. Bro, let's just broaden on that a bit more. What has it been like for you as a, well, we can call you now, a reo Māori kai Waiata, ne?
I mean, it's been a journey and a half from where it started, I guess. I mean, I've been privileged enough to have incredible people around me that have been pou for me, pou tikana, pou te reo, like everything is just that have like kind of invested in me to help me because, you know, I'm only this much and know this much. And so, you know, I've got no qualms of saying that I need help because I'm on my haere and it's going to be forever. But it's been such a beautiful thing watching our people, our culture and our reo just blossom and thrive, not just in Aotearoa, but, you know, like throughout the world, you know, it like literally Māori ki te ao, te reo Māori ki te ao, tikana Māori ki te ao. And it's been just beautiful that I can be and play a small part of that and just being able to release Reo Māori, waiata, not just waiata, but there's so many different things that we kind of just do and be as Māori. And it's something, you know, there's that phrase that te Pātiti Māori have been using, unapologetically Māori. I've had to learn how to be that. In a space where I've had to fight for it. I've had to fight for being unapologetic. And when I first started, I didn't really know how to. I just was me, and that's all I had. But now I have the tools, the resources, the people behind me to help catapult our reo, our culture to the world in a whole different way. And there's so many of us doing it, you know, throughout Aotearoa, throughout the world. We're placed everywhere and we're placed in positions that we've never been before. We're more educated, we're more onto it, we're more smart in terms of our ruthlessness about it.
And it's scary, but it's also exciting. It's a whole lot of all these different emotions that culminate and bring forth this like wairua that is like, oh, agua mataku. But it's also the most exciting thing ever, ne?
Ana. And honestly, like just to be a part of it and just to where we're at in this time and for such a time as this, we're stronger, we're more brave, we're more unapologetic, and we're more in this new generation in this new kind of world, I guess. We've really risen to the occasion. I mean, we always rise to the occasion, but we've really come out like all guns blazing. So it's been beautiful just to watch from my perspective, but also to be a part of it and say, yeah, like I'm excited for what's happening and what's to come. I mean, I'm just one of many who's a part of a movement of a generation that's really taking our culture and our reo to Aotearoa first and to the world. I feel like the world accepts us more than our own country. Unfortunately, we still have many challenges. But I feel like they're going to be challenges and things and people that will eventually sift out. You know, people getting old and weary, and those people getting old and weary. So, you know.
Well, it's funny when you talk about perhaps it's a matter of the world accepting us more than our own people. I mean, TikTok has a lot to play for that. We see Rob Ruha, you know, the whole TikTok challenge thing that went down there, that just went viral. And that's, I mean, we can't be mad that is the case because I suppose that is a goal that we want to reach, or, you know, ngā tino kōkona, ngā tino pito o te ao katoa, ne? And so that is definitely something that helps us.
Fully, I mean, that's the thing. We all live in today's world and everything that that comes with today's world. TikTok.
Right.
I mean, social media is kind of where everybody lives from the moment they
Yeah.
get up to the moment they go to sleep, or trying to fight the sleep, and the phone falls on your face, but then you get back up just to watch that last little
Tika,
bit.
tika.
We live and breathe in this world, and so why not take advantage of it? And man, watching Rob when he released his Waiata, what that did to the world, how it shook up
Right.
the world, but
Yeah.
shook us up
Yeah.
as a people, as a nation.
Yeah.
And it like our reo, I believe this is a talking whakaaro. I believe that our reo is not to divide or to conquer. It's actually to bring people in, to
Yeah.
make people feel like that it belongs to them. It's
Yeah.
to at the core of our reo and who we are as Maori, is aroha. Is whanaunatana, is kotahitana, is
Manakitanga. Yeah.
manakitana,
Yeah.
tiaki, like all of that. So it's so beautiful that I think that the arts has really pushed and been able to inspire people rather than divide people or
Mm.
make people feel like angry. Oh, the same people are saying, "Oh, stop shoving the reel down our throats."
Mm.
They're singing these songs
Yeah.
because that has a way to inspire people, that it breaks down the barriers and the
Yeah.
walls that
Yeah.
they feel against our culture or our people, and it brings them in. So what a perfect way! Like we've been gifted with this gift of music, and to be able to use music as a tool, but as a vehicle to be able to inspire people who are with our culture, our reo, is beautiful. And like just watching people just transform our own people, first of
Mm.
all, being proud to be Maori, and like, damn, we actually cool. It's like, yes, we
Yeah.
are. We're amazing. We're incredible out the gate.
Yeah.
Like we're one of one. It's beautiful. But watching the world take this on and go, I feel that. I don't know what the hell you're saying,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel that in my bones and in my soul.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I mean, when a little girl from Saudi Arabia is doing the dance to 35,
Yeah.
it's got to account for something, eh? Yeah.
Oh, fully, man. That's the thing. Music cuts through all the politics and the whakaaro of like us and you and them and all these things that have been passed down through generation.
Mm.
It cuts through all the bullcrap, and it woos people's souls, it woos
Mm.
people's spirit, and then people are like, damn, yeah, it's actually not what I thought.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Hossein, I want to me hook your whakaaro. Let's cast your whakaaro back to now. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to think of the first real Maori waiata ko whakaputa e koe. Was it Aotearoa? Would it have been Aotearoa?
Anna,
Tiga, tiga, tiga.
that was a pivotal moment for me in my career and my in my life, in my goals and my
Yeah,
dreams, but
yeah.
also in my journey too, because I had the whakaaro and had been told by many different executives and by the industry that I started out in, that
You're crazy.
yeah, like the real and your Mary is not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even my own parents, because they were part of a generation who thought that getting away from our reo and our culture was actually going to get you up in life. They're just byproducts of hurts,
Mm,
of colonization. They're
yeah,
byproducts of that mamai, and they're part of that intergenerational cycle of mamai being handed down. And then it comes to us, we're breaking them. I
yeah,
went from being pulled out of kapahaka by my dad, dragged out in front of everybody, to then him and my mother being inspired and go, man, we didn't know that God had called you for this, that
yeah,
actually our real is the thing that's going to get you to the
yeah,
world. I knew
yeah,
from a kid, but and then doing Aotearoa, man, that just changed my life, and I didn't know that that would ever be possible at that time.
yeah,
I didn't think that was actually possible. And people need to, like, I don't think people actually understand the position and the industry and the state of everything that was happening back then
yeah,
in the entertainment industry, that literally it was never meant to be.
yeah,
But thank God for Matai Smith and the team at Pukana, and they came on board, and they gave us the tono,
yeah,
and we rose to the occasion. And
yeah,
man, and that song is like in my sets. I don't know if anybody's seen me live, but in my set I always finish with Aotearoa, because that actually brings it all back in together. And the kupu of the chorus is like, no matter if you're near or far, we come from the land of God. No matter where you belong, we will fight for your freedom. I believe that. I still believe that true today, even more now than ever, that it's for all of us.
Yeah.
And so that was a pivotal moment, and it just catapulted me into the world that and into the person that I was always meant to be, doing what I'm doing now. That it's not even a second thought. When I do songs, I don't even think, oh, am I going to write an English song or Te Reo Māori song? It's like, it's just what I feel.
Yeah. Let's talk a bit about your songwriting process. When we're talking about the tito waiata o te reo Māori, I know you probably got some matanga reo kai tito waiata behind you who are hei ui tō wake waka hoki. To you, is writing a Pākehā song, how does it differ than writing a waiata Māori?
I think there's certain whakaaro that I understand more in te reo Māori. Then my English and Māori is just, they're like this.
Mana wave.
I'm broken in both. But the way that I write just like, actually, I know this sounds like cheesy, but I really write from my soul. Yeah. And I write from my heart and my experiences. And I always write personally, and then hopefully that people would come on the journey, that it becomes their waiata, that it becomes their story. And I'm like you said, man, I got the best behind me. I've got Towers, he's incredible. I got Uncle Donny, Te Kanapu, Anasta, who have just been champions for me, and they've been also like the best access to the old Maori of things that I don't know and things that I'm still learning, and it's just been wicked. So when we go in and write waiata, like for example, when we wrote Maori Ki Te Ao, I already knew what I wanted to say. I had the tune ready, and I had my broken reel of my kupu ready, and then I went and wrote the rest of the song with Uncle Donny, and it came out. There's another waiata that will be coming out, especially for Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori.
Right.
It's a trilogy, and it's the journey of self discovery, reclamation, healing, ascending to the person that I'm supposed to be and who I'm called to be. And like writing these waiata, that it's just bouncing off each other, whether it be te reo Pākehā, te reo Māori, and we just go back and forth with our whakaaro and put it in. And like the meanest thing is that I've got like my bros are just so poetic, and that's how I feel. Sometimes my words, and it takes me, that's the only time that I can be really poetic and what I really want to say is through my music. And so it's the journey of these waiata. Even when I did I Am, like it was the feeling, and the words just kind of put themselves where my heart was in that moment, and about that kaupapa. So I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's kind of like easy in a way.
I find that sometimes in my experience with writing Reo Pākehā and Reo Māori waiata, it's like, we all know that, like, two words in Te Reo Māori can encapsulate, a whole sentence in Pākehā.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, it's hard to put into like the correct amount of bars or the correct amount of count, say, when you're trying to write Reo Māori. But I suppose you just got to make it work, I suppose, to get their message across as well.
That's where Towers is. I think that he's the master of cadences and knowing how to, because there's translating a waiata.
Yeah.
But the thing is, sometimes the syllables don't match. Yeah. The ends don't match. Yeah. The rhyming doesn't match. But when you got a tawarua kawana,
earthing matches. Earthing.
And the main thing about him is when we're working on the translations, he always comes over and we have a wanana about it, about not just the kupu, but the feeling, the intention about everything, and how we can kind of transform it and transform the times that we've translated from English to Māori, transform the waiata to be ultimate, that it becomes its own waiata rather than just a translation, because I feel like it doesn't do it justice, doesn't do our real justice. I mean, people are all good with it. I'm not saying that, but that's just my whakaaro and where I'm at when I do waiata and do translations, and the way that me and Towers work, and the way that Towers works with everybody. And it's just been an incredible, for me, learning And so now I have fully there, but now I know when to, like, if I'm working with other people, I'll maybe use this kupu because it means the same thing, has the same intention, but it actually rhymes better and it's 3 less syllables, which we need. So just sitting under towers and sitting under Donny, it's actually like, it's helped me learn not just to get the full words, but like actually what's the better alternative that actually can take it to a different place, but still have the right cadences and the right syllables.
It's that kōrero that we hear of in Te Reo Māori, iti te kupu nui te kōrero, and I suppose that's it.
Straight up. That's actually it. And like fully it when it comes to translating too. I feel like one of the greatest translations that Towers did, probably 2 of them, and it was real hard, but also like he just made sense of it. And he's a freak when it comes to the reo, and you know, I mean, he's out the gate. But we did like bigger to tour, and because like just the whakaaro around like what is bigger. Like it's actually tuai te ara, titiro ki tua, tuai te arai, and putting these kupu in there, and even the same with the duet that I did with the hamo, choose the back and forth. That's a lot of kupu, and it's a lot of back and forth. But like, then you got tawa, so you can do the back and forth, and it hits those syllables.
Hamo, she actually surprised me on her reo. She's a bit of a gun at the old reo too, or Hamo.
Yeah, me and her, we on the hairena together. And her mum, I don't know if you know her mum, but
I've
her
heard
mum
of Mama, yeah.
Her mum she's gangster, the heartiest of hearty Nazis. Oh, it's actually not the heartiest, it's just that's what you get from all our wahine from Knights Pro, they're hearty Nazi. And that's like they're matter of fact, they only know unapologetic, like to being Maori unapologetically. They've been born and bred into it. Me and Hummel, we've lived in different ao and had to have our different journeys, so we've had to learn, and we're still learning to be that. But her mum, gangster.
Yeah. Let's look forward. Let's look ahead to Te Hui Ahure Reo Māori Rua Mano Rua Te Kau Mā Whā. Of course, Te Wiko Te Reo Māori, not too far away. You will be in Pōneke here.
Oh man, and I can't wait. I think this kaupapa is like I think in the climate that we're in, politically, I think in every way possible, the season and the climate that we're in today, I think this concert probably and this festival or whatever, the whole kaupapa is important, especially in Pōneke, where the capital is. I mean, we come in there, people always think, oh, you know, you're political. I was like, I'm not, but I think for a lot of people, we are, just because of who we are, because of having our reo in this current climate. These are the things that have been thrown out to me, and I've heard other people say about other Māori and stuff like that. And if me being alive and me being Māori is political, oh well, that's what it is. But we're coming there, like my goal always is, because I have my own purpose and I have my own part to play in who we are and in the greater good for what we're doing as Māori. My part to play is to bring hope, life, healing and joy to people through my music. It's to bring people together. It's to ignite that flame in people. It's to inspire people, and then after they may be able to be perceptive, to be educated, and then the lives are changed. But my purpose is to bring hope, life, healing and joy, is to inspire the people, and then we give the education, and then we bring them in. But yeah, I'm excited to sing, and I'll be dropping a little something specifically, especially. And I was gonna say, like, it's kind of a 2-part thing that I'm doing, but for me, I'm not saying that it's never been done before. In a way that we've kind of come back to real, like Waiata Reo Māori. We always seem to be, and it's a mean start. A start is a start. It's a mean start. You know, a lot of us are, Māori, non-Māori, re-releasing their Waiata, I roto i te reo. You know, if it would be 660, if it would be Benny, if it would be Lord. Yeah, I wanted to start with a real Māori versus the English, because it kind of, in a way, it's been a stepping stones to get to a place of just being unapologetic. But now I feel like, nah, you know, the English can come next. The English can come second. And it's not to be like political. It's just like, actually, that's where we're at. that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to release something new, and it's a part of the body that is I am and Māori ki te ao. It actually is kind of like the trilogy. It brings it all together. It explains what it's all about because it's a three-part of one story. So yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to be in Pōneke.
Yes.
I'm excited, especially for this kaupapa. Especially for this kaupapa. This kaupapa is a beautiful kaupapa that we can all share in. You know, we can all be a part of. It's not just like for Māori. It's for our nation. It's for Aotearoa, celebrating our reo, celebrating our taona that is te reo Māori. So, nah, I'm excited.
Ka pai, ka pai. Hey, look, of course, te wiku te reo Māori, I know that, you know, a whole bunch of things happen around the te motu katoa, but right here in Pōneke, there's a whole bunch happening as well. And look, we're not the only two on the Zoom. E hoa Nico, morena mai kia koe e hoa. Look, let's give you an opportunity to speak, e hoa Nico. No te hia kamupene ka whakakaunohi nei e koe.
Ai, o tēnā kōrua, pai ana te whakarangama i tō kōrua e Stan. Awesome stuff to hear about your art, and we're incredibly excited to have you here in Pōneke. The wiki's going to be awesome. We're calling it the Hui Ahirei Reo Māori 2024. Yes. We started it in 2022 as a celebration to mark 50 years from the Māori language petition that was delivered to Parliament, and that was our that was our stake in the ground back then. And we thought 50 years on, it's time to level up that commitment that we made to our people, but we were going to bring back the reo, not only to Wellington, but to the whole motu. So, yeah, we're really excited to have Stan and all of the other stuff. We've got a Waha Kōrero competition for incredible speakers, kai kōrero, to do their thing. That's being sponsored by Te Taurahuri. We've also got a whole day of Reo Māori entertainment at our conference centre, Tākina. We've got stuff on the streets. We've got film screenings. We've got music. We've got kai. We're really bringing the Māori to Pōneke this year. It's going to be awesome.
You know, it's cool to see e hoa Nico, and I know it's happening already, but, you know, tiny little things like names of places. It's all in te reo Māori now and things like that. This is going, me whakanui anō ke, hei taumata anō ke, te wiki o te reo Māori?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, even our parking meters are Reo Māori now. So, yeah, we've got you know, it's all about increasing that visibility, because when you increase the visibility of something, then you give it mana, you give it value. And what we know from cases overseas in Hawaii, even in places like Wales and Ireland, when you put that reo out there and people see it and they normalize it, it just becomes an everyday thing, and people want to be a part of it. You know, any new thing that happens, whether it's the revitalization or the restoration of whatever, people want to be there for it.
Oh, he whakaro rangatira ko tēnā e hoa Nico. Thank you for your time, Nico. And look, I know that there's a lot of people excited about the Reo Ahurei. Let's talk a little bit about that. No hea, ahea, ka timata tēnei o ngā mea ahurei, ne?
Obviously, on the 21st of September, it's going to be held mainly at Tākina Wellington Convention Centre. There's going to be a full day from 9 to 5, all sorts of Reo Māori entertainment. And a Reo Māori concert by the bro Stan Walker, which is incredibly exciting. But there's going to be stuff on all week, the whole week, and we're delivering it in cooperation with, obviously, Te Atiawa, Taranaki Whānui, Ngāti Tō Rangatira, and some of our other connections at the City Council.
Yeah. Any final words from you, Hoa Nico, on what we can expect, or what I suppose, you know, we want to, not only do we want people to get amongst it and just be in and amongst te wiki o te reo Māori, and not only up their own reo flex per se, but also, you know, we want them to thrive as well. Any final words on that, e hoa?
We know that bringing back the language to our communities breeds good social outcomes. You know, at the end of the day, at the Wellington City Council, we're not musicians and songwriters and artists, but what we are is a force for, hopefully, for the good of our people. And our goal is to uplift our people. And we know through data that when we bring the reo back to our communities, then we bring the mana back to our communities. That's pretty much what we're trying to do with Reo Fest this year.
Yeah. It's it's just there's so much to consider when we're trying to when this goal of ours is to te whakanui tō tātou nei reo Māori. But I suppose my mind is just a bit Miki Rapu at this way. Ngai rangi rua o kene whakaru tēnei wā tonu about what to expect, but two, also, you know, it's one thing to just expect to receive all of these things during Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori, but furthermore to that, it's what we can give as well, ne?
Absolutely, and that participation from people in our community, you know, this wouldn't be happening without it. So we've had incredible buy-in. People are giving heaps of their own time. It's a two-way kōrero.
Stanley, we tehi kupu whakakape i koe, any final words, what we can expect to see at your concert e hoa, or just what you expect to, I guess, any goals for this week? Are there any mini goals that you've set for yourself for this week e hoa?
I just can't wait to just get there.
Neither can we, baby.
Hey, just get in front of the people and just hopefully, bring the people hope, life, healing, and joy, you know, and inspire people, If there's one person that walks away feeling inspired and feeling their life has been changed, I've won. We've won. It's all for the one. I mean, we want the many. We want them all. Don't get me wrong. But we're just coming for the one. And if that one person can change somebody else's life, then that ripple effect happens. And just excited to celebrate together, you know, because this is such a beautiful and big kaupapa that we all get to be a part of. Not just us, not just me, not just you, not just, for our own thing, but like everybody. Tātou katoa. And like just going even off the theme of what's been happening in, with the kinitana, kotahitana, aroha. So that's my goal, and that's what I'm coming with, and I can't wait. I honestly just can't wait to just get up there and bring my band and just rip into it.
Love it. Mana rere kia koe hoa a Stan e hoa Nico I tō koru a whaiwā te kōrero kia mātou rako ati awa tō FM. We are so looking forward to Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori Stan, of course, to your concert, and of course, Nico, to what Wellington Council is providing for our hui ahure, and of course, our Wiki Reo Māori, ne?
Kia ora, yeah.
No rei kia korua, tēnā koutou, we'll see you all, Wiki o Te Reo Māori. Stan, we'll see you front row of their concert, and Nico, we'll see you walking around. You'll probably be the busy fella, doing this, doing that, doing all the things. So if we see you, we won't try and pester you too much, Nico. Kia koe anō hoki e Stan. Nei rā te wā, nei rā te mihi atu kia korua katoa. Kia ora, kia ora.
Kia ora.
Ngā mihi, ngā mihi.
Ngā mihi, my bro. Well, we'll see you in Pōneke soon.
Yeah, we do.